Prized five-star recruit running back Raleek Brown has been used sparingly this season. Our guy David is asking and making the comment here, 100% healthy this week, will be used more in the offense. How do you think that will affect the rest of the season? He's been playing injured the whole season.
David, really glad you brought that up because in my mind, this is a big game. This is a spotlight game. And the elite coaches in these big games, they do something that isn't showing up on film. They do something that the opposing coaching staff is not prepared for. USC is going to need to do something different, I think, to win this game. It can't be business as usual. It can't be, what we have generally seen. There needs to be a wrinkle. There needs to be an adjustment. And I think Raleek Brown is that adjustment. Let's see what Raleek Brown can do on downfield routes. Let's see if Lincoln Riley tries to get him on a linebacker in a wheel route or some other kinds of downfield aggressive pass plays that we haven't seen yet this season. I think there's an opportunity. And, you can use Jordan Addison and Mario Williams as decoys. You can create some disguises and some combinations that can get Raleek Brown in open space with a chance to beat a slower Utah linebacker or safety. I think Raleek Brown is really that Swiss Army knife type X factor that Lincoln Riley needs to think about. Now, maybe Lincoln Riley has another idea, but he needs to throw some kind of monkey wrench, some kind of curveball to Kyle Whittingham and the Utah staff if he really wants to win this game and give his offense an extra edge. Now, obviously, to a certain extent, for something like a wheel route, which is a slow developing play, you need the offensive line to hold up. That's where Cortland Ford comes into play. It's where Justin Dietich comes into play. It's where Bobby Haskins comes into play. So obviously you're looking at that, and you need to call plays depending on what you actually have. And we'll see what Cortland Ford's status is when we get to game time Saturday night. But in the event that USC's offensive line can reasonably hold up against Utah's front four, getting Raleek Brown on some downfield passing routes, I think, is kind of a new thing that Lincoln Riley can show to Kyle Whittingham in an attempt to soup up the USC offense in this game.
Interesting to note that in addition to comparing the backfields and the quarterbacks at USC and UCLA, the two schools also boast the two sack leaders in the nation right now as well. D is asking how my Pac-12 picks are looking right now. Well, considering that I predicted Utah, Oregon, USC, and UCLA all to go 7-2 in a four-way tie for first place, I'm going to say that from a position standpoint, I feel pretty good. Now, I did expect the conference to be more balanced. Those four aren't going to reach two losses, that's for sure. They're playing much too dominant football at this point. But from a positioning standpoint, I'm in decent shape.